because we read a lot of stuff in scripture and we're like, yeah, amen. But then when it actually happened, you're like, whoa, hold on, I wouldn't, wait a minute. Yeah, God, I know you said life is a vapor, but Kobe?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like, Lord, I understand life is a vapor, but him, I thought he was going to live 40 years. I thought he was going to retire.
I thought we were going to have him for another 40, right?
To the sunset. But it's just one of those things where it just hits you, but it also kind of zaps you back to reality. Like, wait a minute, I'm commissioned. I'm called to get out here and tell these people the good news, because I could die at any moment. I know where I'm going, but what about that guy down the street that I know? What if he don't know the Lord and he get in a car crash or something today? We don't know. And the fact that we don't know when death is going to hit, it just calls me to be more urgent about being a minister of reconciliation and pointing people back to God so that they can be ready to die. Because I had a guy today, he had a situation with his family, and he came up to me. He had been out of work for a couple of days, and I checked on him. He told me, he said, man, I know my mom. First thing he said, he usually don't talk about religion and stuff like that. He's usually very joking and stuff, but he told me, he said, man, I know my mom was all right because she was a Christian. She was a Christian woman. She loved the Lord, so I know she's gonna be all right. But it got me thinking now, man. He was like, it got me thinking now, man. About taking life seriously and all of that stuff. And it just kind of shows you that even people that you don't think about that stuff, when the right situation comes along, they're gonna talk about God. They're gonna talk about the afterlife, and those are just opportunities that'll come up where we have to give a reasoned response for the hope that's within us, and kind of try to lead them to Christ and show them the biblical worldview and give them hope.
Yeah. So how did it affect me? So I'm gonna take I'm gonna, as always, I want to be honest with my response. So I'm probably gonna shift to another event that has happened at the same time. So for everyone listening, and this is something that we're gonna know about, possibly not as long as Kobe, but it's definitely gonna be something that's to some degree cemented in history. So this happened, and the way I found out about it was because I'm sure for everyone listening, we all have heard something at least about this new virus going around called the coronavirus, and started in China, as we understand, and it's been spreading worldwide. It's currently at pandemic level. The Global Health Organization, declared it a worldwide emergency. And with that, myself in particular, as I alluded to a little bit earlier, I have some a health condition that I deal with on the daily. And whenever something like this comes out, I'm very careful and cautious to be aware about its effect on myself, and as well as those of my friends and family. And so I was constantly checking news about it. Every day new news was coming out every day, almost every 3 to 4 hours. So I wake up in the morning as I'm checking every day, and this time I'm used to seeing my feed flooded with my YouTube feed flooded with news of the coronavirus. Then I see Kobe Bryant and the other 8. I see the news about the helicopter crash, and I seriously did not realize how it was so bizarre. I didn't even recognize it as real at first. It took a little bit of research within that next 2 to 3 minutes to see oh my, this is real. And as you know, and then I saw I went to Facebook and I saw everybody started talking about it. Maybe a 30 minutes later, because I saw it probably 10 minutes after it was reported. Because like I said, I'm constantly checking, and I was just like, oh my. And so obviously to start off, understanding that life really is a vapor. Ecclesiastes says that very well. And the more, if I were to be with as much respect as I can give to Kobe Bryant and his daughter, as well as the others on the helicopter, all life is significant, and I say that to say that at the same time with the coronavirus, currently the numbers are being updated daily, but it has affected millions upon millions of people. The entire city of Wuhan, China, where it started, was affected, and those people are unfortunately dying in mass numbers. It's like it was 500 and something yesterday. It's probably a lot more today. And, there's this saying, one person is, I can't remember exactly, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like one person is a tragedy, 100 people is a statistic. Oftentimes we respond a lot heavier to one person than we do if like a lot of people die. And the reality is all of those people had families. All of those people were literally just like you and me. Like they were just doing their thing, chilling, living their daily lives, making sure that their families were okay, taking care of their parents and etc. And then all of a sudden this virus sweeps, and then everybody's in the hospital and everybody's lined up to go to the hospital, and then people just start dropping. And so, I guess for me, and as I said, I've been presented with a unique situation with my condition to take life very seriously throughout my entire life. Just as a disclaimer, my younger sister passed away this January. It was Martin Luther King Day 5 years ago, and she passed away. And she passed away with the exact same condition that I have. And all throughout, we've had it our entire lives. But with that being said, we always took our life seriously. We were always told of our own mortality, even as children. There was the idea that I wasn't going to be alive past like the age of like 3, and then the age of like 20. I'm currently 26, and I'm doing all right, and I pray to God that I will continue to do all right. But the reality is I've taken my own life serious for a very long time, and I've understood the mortality of my life as well as others. And so when I see things like this, it's never like an easy thing to take, but the reality is we do have hope. And I think it's very important that we effectively communicate that there is hope. I can just imagine when people are going through things like the entire city of Wuhan is on quarantine right now. None of those people can leave. There are roadblocks. Like they're not allowed to drive. They're hardly allowed to leave their own houses except for necessary trips. The freedoms that we have here are so taken for granted. And so when I think about places like that, and I think about people who, don't have the news of the gospel, and they're, in the middle of the crisis, watching people just, like I said, like really fall out, and there are people dying in the street. And I know that sounds like some like movie title or movie trailer or something like that, but like it's real. And so when they see that, but then they don't have any actual hope for what comes next, it's a very concerning thing to think about. And so when I think about those type of people, and just like I said, understanding that those people are not unique, that all of us are in that same situation, that's what inspires me to share the gospel, so that I can give people that hope that that what's going on in their lives currently, as well as when their lives ends, that's not the end for them. Mm-hmm. And so that's the type of stuff that encourages me to share the gospel, that reality that I think we oftentimes gloss over.
Yeah. No.
Yo, my world don't stop.
when the beats commence. Said I'm climbing up this ladder just to get over this fence and run far, far away from the games people play. In this melancholy modern day music Malay, touche. Pussycats with lives to spare that kick in your heart, nice as hell here. Be aware, beware. I hate to see you less a liver or worse. Polar bear, winter time, catch the river. Now that's cold, and like that, now that's old. Didn't buy the last copy of this, now that's old. It's the pepper on your salt, my dudes, I grind it out. And the answer to the questions of life, I find it out. With that stress, I walk with access. Be he who Max says, with simple blackness. Cause in the end, God bless us, which is so profound. So I stick to my guns. Urban soul be the sound, and y'all doing it wrong.
What you talking about? Got me walking out. They ain't saying jack, never paying back. Hustle in a hearse, money be the worst. Be no equal, see the people wait before the purse.
Doing it.
I'm a one-man Beatles, I be the Rolling Stone. And the way y'all rhyme, you break me cortisone. Come take a ride, yo, hop in the front seat. In my whip, cool air blow right over the heat. Flow through the street, alike minds from where the light shines. Where you grow a little bit every time you write rhymes for the tight times. But at the same time, ignite and excite behinds with insane lines. Yeah, they mine for the kids, I be rocking it just for them. And for a girl, that's the last of the best of them. What up, it's just me, Drez the black sheep. You know the steeds, they float, I jet ski with ease. What else is obvious? Video bless me, so ladies suggest me. But I got a SPRINT to the next city, country, county, or continent. Wherever the checks be, cause y'all doing it.
What you talking about? Got me walking out.